This is Mike Miles along with IPFW men's assistant volleyball coach Mark Franke getting ready to call the action in tonight's women's college volleyball match featuring the Jaguars of IUPUI and the IPFW Mastodons. Starting lineups are being introduced. First for the visitors from IUPUI. An outside hitter, number 2, Michelle Sobocinski, is a 5'9" senior from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Number 4, Tracy Bailey, is a 6-foot junior from Jasper, Indiana. Number 5, Erin Jones, would be the libero. She's a 5'9" junior from Seymour, Indiana. Number 6, Lauren Kanapka, is a middle hitter, a 6-foot freshman from Greenwood, Indiana. Number 7 is Tana Smith. She is a 5'6" senior. She'll be the setter from Hartford City, Indiana. Number 8 is Christina McConnell. She's a 5'8" sophomore from Selma, Indiana. Number 11 is freshman Casey Krostowski. She's 5'9" out of Bloomington, Indiana. And the head coach for IUPUI is Steve Payne. He's in his 8th season. He has a record of 101 wins and 135 defeats. Now for IPFW, their starters tonight. The setter position is number 13, Lindy Bankowski. She's a 5'4" senior from Temperance, Michigan. Claire Jackson is a 6-foot sophomore from Fort Wayne Southside High School. Lindsay Brammer is a 6-foot senior from Yorktown, Indiana. Nicole Howe is number 2, and she is a 5'10" sophomore from Fort Wayne Bishop Lewis High School. Number 6, Fabiana Souza, is 6 foot. She's a junior from Belo Horizonte, Brazil. Likewise, freshman Sonara Martins, number 8. She is from Belo Horizonte, Brazil. And starting at the libero position will be Peachy Jankowski. She'll wear number 3. She's a 5'8" freshman from Fraser, Michigan. And the head coach of IPFW is Kelly Hartley Hutton. In her 6th season here at IPFW, she has a record of 108 and 62. Overall, she's in her 11th year as a head coach, and her record is 245 wins against 129 defeats. Mark Franke, these two teams are going in different directions. IPFW is 10-5 overall. They won 5 of their last 7 matches, while IUPUI is 5-11, and they've lost 5 of their last 6.
Oh, that's right. This is a good year for us to break that losing string we have against IUPUI. That's why I said in the stand-up pre-game that there's a lot of mental aspects to this game, and it's a good time for us to turn that around. We've not beaten them, in fact, since Coach Hutton got here or since we've gone in NCAA Division I. But this looks like a good year to do it if we play well.
Well, overall, the series stands 10 victories for IUPUI, 9 victories for IPFW. These two teams played last October down in Indianapolis, and the Jaguars won the match in 4 sets. IUPUI will be wearing their maroon road jerseys with white trim, maroon shorts. IPFW tonight in the home white with blue trim and blue shorts. Our officials tonight, the up official is Greg Roth, the down official is Tom Joseph, and our linespersons are Chris Wilder and April Kasnader, if I get that pronounced correctly. And we're about ready to, well, almost ready to go.
I think most IPFW fans will know April as April Bear. Before she was married, that was the name she played under here.
And Tom Joseph double checking the starting lineups, making sure that they're all in their proper positions. And we're looking forward to an exciting match. This match is brought to you in part by our good friends at Ryan Steakhouse, located on North Clinton Street across from Scott's Foods. Say hi to David Kennedy and tell him that you, along with he, supports IPFW athletics. Here we go as Michelle Sobocinski serves to start the match for IUPUI. And a nice save that time by the Jaguars. Bankowski sets up Claire Jackson, but it's dug out. And wide with the kill attempt is Casey Krostowski. And the first point goes to IPFW. Can we play rally point scoring to 30? You have to win by 2. Peachy Jankowski serving for the Dons. Free ball coming up for IPFW. Oh, a nice block at the net by the Jags. Benkowski sets up Howell. 3-ball chance for IUPUI. And Krastowski puts it away.
There was some miscommunication there in the IPFW offense. I'm not sure what play was being run, but there was no hitter in the vicinity where the ball came down.
Tracy Bailey, a 6-foot junior out of Jasper, Indiana, serving for IUPUI. And Nicole Howell will get credit for her first kill of the night.
We talked earlier, Mike, about the IUPUI setter is a senior and has 3,000 assists or near to it. We also have a senior setter who's spent most of the early part of the season out injured, has worked her way back in, playing defensively primarily, and now is starting a setter tonight. But we have the luxury on the IPFW side of having 2 setters, and I'm sure Coach Hutton will use them both depending on the situation tonight.
Good block at the net by Smith. And point, I'm
not sure what that call was.
I'm not sure either, but I think the point's going to go to IUPUI.
Yeah, but I don't know what Greg Roth signaled. I don't recognize that signal.
Jaguars will serve, and it'll be Tana Smith, 5'6" senior from Blackford High School, who is the setter that Mark was talking about. She's gone over 3,000 assists in her career. Souza is wide with the kill attempt, and IUPUI takes their first lead of the night. It's now 3-2. Smith with another serve. Benkowski setting up Howell. Oh, nice dig that time by Sobosinski. Fabiana Souza puts that one away.
That was a nice play, actually 2 nice plays by Fabi Sosa there. First, to go up strong on a block so it couldn't be tipped, and then when it came over again, she was ready to swing at it hard.
Nicole Howe, sophomore from Bishop Luers High School, serving for the Dons. Krastowski off the hands of Howell. And you can see why Coach Steve Payne says the go-to gal is Casey Krastowski.
They lost their number 1 hitter last year, didn't they? She graduated?
Correct.
Was she all conference?
2-time Mid-Con Player of the Year.
Oh, Mid-Con Player of the Year.
Service error there. We're tied at 4, and now Fabiana Souza will serve for the first time tonight. Smith. Krastowski. Good save by Martins. And Fabiana Souza from the back row knocks one down.
Sometimes trying to block what is somewhat of a soft roll shot in a release situation is dangerous, that you can err on the block and give them an easy point. Fortunately, that didn't happen there for IPFW.
Bree Hewitt, 5'11" senior from Lafayette, in the lineup for IUPUI. Smith. And it is a kill, and I believe the kill is from Davica Bellamy, who's in the lineup as well. We're tied at 5. Aaron Jones Libero will serve.
That's that rule I don't like, Mike.
We'll talk about that as we go along. So now Martins gets the kill.
She got a touch. She actually cut that ball back across her body to try to take it down the line, even though the set was somewhat inside. It was a nice play by her.
6'5", IPFW leads. Lindy Benkowski, the senior out of Temperance, Michigan, will serve. Sobosinski.
The ball hit the attack hit the antenna.
Thank you, Mark. Point IPFW. It's now 7-5. Don's on top.
We just saw Coach Hutton signal the serve there. She's got to signal serves for a while, but once the players get comfortable, she's going to let them go on their own.
Good dig by Lindsey Brammer. Benkowski setting up Souza. And off the fingertips of Bree Hewitt. And IPFW on a little mini run of sorts. They've scored 3 points in a row. And it's now 8-5. Smith.
We're in the net.
Net violation.
is Claire Jackson.
So point goes to IUPUI. It's now 8-6. And serving will be Christina McConnell, 5'8" sophomore from Selma, Indiana. And that's a service error. 69. Sonata Martins, freshman from Belo Horizonte, Brazil. Played club ball with Fabiana Souza for 2 years.
It was a nice serve.
Good dig that time by Souza. Bankowski. Oh, nice block at the net. And I believe that was Sobocinski, Michelle Sobocinski, who got credit for the block.
That'll be a team block. Tracy Bailey was in on it too. That's the first block of the night. Last week against St. John's, they probably had 3 or 4 by this time. That was one of the best blocking teams I've seen in a long time.
Howell off the fingertips of Tracy Bailey, and it's point IPFW.
I think you'll see a lot of the IPFW offense go against Tana Smith when she's front row because she's not very tall. Of course, we have the same issue on our side. And if you can run the offense against her, a hitter can go off either over or off her fingertips and get a kill.
Free ball for IPFW, see if they take advantage of it. Oh, nice dig that time by McConnell. Krastowski gets a touch, and it's point Jaguars. 10-8 is our score. IPFW on top, and it's Tracy Bailey serving. Howell with a dink shot. Nice dig that time by Bailey. Krastowski blocked. Tag team block. Souza and Brammer.
The blockers switched that time. Sosa went outside. Brammer came in. Brammer's the opposite. Would normally block the outside on the right side, but they're comfortable, the coaching staff, with her blocking technique, and they will move her some based on what the matchups are.
Jenny Cole, freshman from Northrop High School, in to serve for IPFW. Krastowski, dug out by Nicole Howell. Souza with a dink shot. Nice dig by Smith. Block at the net by Souza. Krastowski again, and that one is wide.
They have Krastowski up against Bankowski, our shortest blocker, and so that's exactly the opposite of what I was describing before when we were taking advantage of that.
12-8 to score. IPFW on top with the serve. Smith. Oh, nice block by Howell and Souza. Bankowski for Souza. Good dig by the libero for IUPUI. Krastowski is long on the kill attempt. And we've got our first timeout of the night called by IUPUI. We'll take a break as well. Mastodons lead 13-8. You're watching IPFW Women's Volleyball on College 56 Sports.
This month on IPFW Up Close, we have something for everyone. We'll find out who will be here for the 10th season of the Omnibus Lecture Series. We'll talk with the first Chapman Distinguished Professor of English at IPFW and find out if the Renaissance has any relevance in the 21st century. And we'll meet some talented artists who are taking computer art and design to new levels. Join me, Susan Alderman, for IPFW Up Close, Sundays at noon on College Cable Access, Channel 56.
Welcome back to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. Mike Moss and Mark Frocke with you. IPFW with the early lead. It is 13-8 in favor of the Mastodons, as you see the new mascot here at IPFW. Mark, right now, IPFW hitting only 158, but IUPUI is hitting a flat 0.
Well, the offenses started out hitting around 22-25%, which is pretty typical. Now they've both fallen off. But we've seen a couple of blocks come up, and that's made a difference.
Touch point goes to IUPUI there.
That joust was won by IUPUI. They went up a little stronger. When the ball's on the top of the net, it's free. Anybody can go after it, and whoever goes up the stronger usually wins.
Tana Smith commits a serving error for IUPUI. And now Nicole Howell will serve for IPFW. And 14-9 is our score. Game 1, best of 5. Smith for Krastowski. And it's a 4-hit violation on IUPUI. Point IPFW.
IUPUI is trying to take advantage of Krastowski up against Bankowski, but they're just not getting the set to her well enough that she can work with it.
Set by the libero. Interesting. Krastowski gets the kill. Rather than Tana Smith, it was Aaron Jones who set up Casey Krastowski for the kill. And substitution for IUPUI, Bree Hewitt, number 12, 5'11 senior from Lafayette, replaces Krystowski. And she will serve. Bankowski setting up Souza. Nice block at the net. And I think it'll be Lauren Konopka, number 6, 6-foot freshman from Greenwood, Center Grove High School, who got that.
Sobocinski got it, I think.
Okay. Martins long on the hammer. 2 points in a row now for IUPUI.
When I said pregame, Mike, I'm sorry, when I said pregame about the mental aspects of this is one of the things that IPFW has been trying to work on. So we get into these streaks where we'll give up 3-4 points in a row, most of them on unforced errors.
Fabiana Souza gets the kill that time, and she will serve now, her team leading 16-12.
We got an overlap.
And what is that, Mark? An overlap?
An overlap is when some player lines up out of position, typically on serve receive. And I think he was looking at the libero.
Point for the Dons in any event, 17-12, and Souza will continue to serve. I'm sorry.
It was their passing alignment. I didn't see it, but I thought the libero was awfully far over to their right side of the court, over here closer to us, and she moved farther into the middle, so that must have been the issue. She's trying to pass as much of the court as she can. She's a nice ball handler.
Smith setting up Sobocinski. And point goes to the Jaguars. I think if the Dons would have touched it, it would have been a 4-hit situation.
Correct. The second one was inadvertent. It was an elbow, I think.
Aaron Jones, the libero for the Jaguars, serving. Bankowski setting up Claire Jackson. Nice kill for the Southside graduate off the hands of Bree Hewitt.
That slide play behind the setter was tighter than typically you see it. It usually goes to the pin, and that one was tight.
Lindy Bankowski with the serve. Smith. Nice dig by Jankowski. Martins, dink shot at the net, dug out by Sobocinski. The block attempt is wide by Martins, and Jackson, point Jaguars.
Came off Martin's elbow. She went up vertically and didn't extend her arms over the net. And typically you err on your block that way by blocking it out of bounds.
McConnell serving for IUPUI. Lindsey Brammer with the kill. Makes the score 20-14 in favor of the Mastodons, and now Sonara Martins will serve. Smith. Oh, the dink shot. No, nice save by Martins. Jaguars reload. Another patty cake, and this time it's in. Was that Sobocinski got credit for the kill, I believe? In any event, Jaguars pull it to win 5 at 20-15, and now Sobocinski, the senior from Milwaukee, serves one into the net. P.T. Jankowski, the freshman from the north side of Detroit, now serving.
This ball needs to go to the right side, their right side. Yeah, there it goes. Goes out. Their libero, IUPUI's libero, Aaron Jones, has been doing a nice job of handling the passing, so I figured the serving had to be directed away from her when she had to go to the left side to pass.
Tracy Bailey serving now for the Jags. Brammer will get credit for the kill on the touch. Substitution, Jenny Cole in for Lindsey Brammer for IPFW, and she will now serve. Again, Jenny.
Let's see if we serve to the left side of the court. Yep.
Smith for Kostowski, dug out by Cole. Howell. And net violation, I think.
6. I think he signaled 6.
That's Konopka, Lauren Konopka.
I didn't think she was in the net. I thought it was. It's hard to. I couldn't really see how many fingers Tom Joseph had up.
Cole continues to serve. Krastowski, nice block by Lindy Bankowski.
I'll go back to her.
And this time, Krastowski will get the kill, but it was nice seeing Lindy Bankowski block the first attempt.
Well, when you're her height, you have to time it well, and she did a very good job of it that time. You have to use your disadvantage as an advantage whenever you can.
Nicole Howe hammers one home off the fingertips of Konopka.
What I mean by that, Mike, is you can be hit over because of your height difference. So when the set is low and you know the hitter can't go real high with it, you time it well, and she has to hit it into you.
Smith for Krastowski, dug out by Peachy Jankowski. Souza, nice dig that time by Sobocinski. But it's point IPFW. Konopka tried to get a defensive return over and in, but it was unsuccessful.
Trying to get a double hit call, but didn't get it.
Timeout called by IUPUI, their second and final one for this first game. Gives us a chance to ask you to join Coach Kelly Hartley-Hutton on College 56 for Kelly's Corner, with highlights and perspective from the coach and her guest. Here's truly Mike Maas, host the show on Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m., Fridays at 5:30 p.m., and Saturdays at 12:30 p.m. Again, that's Kelly's Corner right here on College Cable Access Channel 56. And we've had a lot of fun with that show. You get a look at Kelly and her assistants, Steve Florio, Julie Nicholson-Florio, talking to the team.
There was a lot of marrying going on that coaching staff this last summer, wasn't there?
Just a bit. Get a look at the crowd here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. Again, we are in game one of the best-of-5 match. IPFW leads 25-17. We play rally point scoring to 30 in games 1 through 4. Have to win by 2. If it does go to a game 5, it's played to 15. Nicole Howe will continue to serve. And we're about ready to go. Tana Smith setting up Vivica Bellamy, and Bellamy gets the kill.
One of the things that IPFW's coaching staff is trying to do with the serve is make sure the first serve from a player, especially after a timeout, is in, and then you become more aggressive with the second one.
Service error by Casey Krastowski.
They may take up that strategy at IUPUI as well after that error.
26-18, Fabiana Souza to serve. Smith setting up Sobocinski. Oh, good attempt on the dig by Nicole Howe, but unsuccessful.
Our middle back did not stay home. She went up too close to the net. She should have stayed back.
Aaron Jones, libero, now serving for IUPUI. Bankowski setting up Martins. Oh, nice dig by Sobocinski. Oh, nice block at the net by Claire Jackson. Well, that's what you call hang time, Mark. The sophomore from Southside High School got the block and the kill on the same shot. It'll be Bankowski serving. Boy, and the tandem of Jackson and Martins combined that time for the block. 28-19, Don's 2 points away from a game 1 victory. Smith setting up Krastowski. Good dig by Peachy Jankowski. Good dig by Krastowski. Bankowski setting up Martins. Oh, good dig that time by Bellamy. Krastowski in for the kill.
I'm not sure defensively what happened that time. Nobody shifted. Nobody moved. Not sure what they were planning to do.
McConnell serving for IUPUI. Lindsey Brammer. Smith saves it. Jankowski with the dig. Bankowski for Jackson. Nice block at the net by Tracy Bailey.
For a touch?
They're asking for a touch.
No.
The officials say no.
Looked like a touch to me, but it's hard to tell from this angle.
Now,
when you're on the coaching bench, you see them all.
Bailey dug out by Souza. Jones digs that one out. Smith setting up Sobocinski. Souza with the dig. Benkowski for Brammer. Aaron Jones with the dig for IUPUI. Sobocinski, nice dig by Souza. Brammer saves it. Smith. Bailey blocked by Lindsey Brammer. Point IPFW. Brammer and Jackson right there at the net.
They had moved Lindsey Brammer out all the way to the left. She normally blocks on the right. They're trying to key her up against who they think the primary hitter is, and it worked. Got him a point there. Nice one-on-one block. Martin serving for the game.
Smith on the dink shot dug out by Benkowski. Brammer. And IUPUI rather, I believe it's Tracy Bailey gets credit for the block.
Timing was off on that, Mike. I noticed that on that back court, what we call the pipe shot from the middle of the back court, middle of the 3-meter line out of Bobby Sosa the last time. Her timing was off. She was too early.
Momentary delay. Down official Tom Joseph wanted to make sure of something. Michelle Sobocinski to serve. Benkowski for Nicole Howell. Smith for Bailey, dug out by Benkowski. Krastowski blocked by Claire Jackson. We do it again. Tracy Bailey dug out by Souza and goes off the hands of Fabiana Souza for a point for IUPUI.
IUPUI is doing a nice job of staying alive. They've been facing 28, 29 points now for, they were at 19, I think, weren't they? About scored us 4-1.
Made a nice little run. It was 28-20 at one point. Aaron Jones gets it back. Krastowski blocked by Brammer.
It's in the antenna. The hit was in the antenna.
And now 4 hits is called. Point in the first set goes to IPFW by a score of 30-23. Teams will change ends of the court. We'll take a break. Get ready to come back with set number 2. You are watching IPFW Women's Volleyball on Power 56 Sports.
You know, if she continues to spill product at a rate of 3 per hour, unit cost, say 60 cents. Factor in breakage, downtime, lost sales, you're looking at $2,400 a month. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
This month on IPFW Up Close, we have something for everyone. We'll find out who will be here for the 10th season of the Omnibus Lecture Series. We'll talk with the first Chapman Distinguished Professor of English at IPFW and find out if the Renaissance has any relevance in the 21st century. And we'll meet some talented artists who are taking computer art and design to new levels. Join me, Susan Alderman, for IPFW Up Close, Sundays at noon on College Cable Access, Channel 56.
What's ahead for the future of Northeast Indiana? One answer lies with the graduates of our fine area colleges and universities. Hi, I'm Phil Laux, president of the Greater Fort Wayne Chamber of Commerce. And when you support an area college or university, you support the economic growth and development of where we live. Graduates of these higher education institutions are working hard to grow our local economy. I urge you to support your area university or college with your time, your talent, and your treasure. Our college grads are a vital part of Northeast Indiana's continued success.
We're on the campus of IPFW. Mike Maas and Mark Fonke with you. IPFW victorious in game number 1 by a score of 30-23. Mark, you're looking at the first half stats that our sports information director Rudy Jovich gave to you. Any numbers stand out in particular?
Well, the amazing thing is the math actually works this time. IPFW won by 7 points. 2 came on offense, on attacks. 4 came on service errors on their part, a 4-point advantage, and we were up 1 on blocks. So there's our 7 points. It's supposed to work out that way, but last week it never did for me.
And a little bit of balanced scoring, so to speak. Nicole Howe and Fabiana Souza each had 4 kills. 2 kills for Lindsey Brammer, 1 apiece for Claire Jackson and Sonara Martins. For IUPUI, the freshman Casey Krastowski had 6 kills, 3 for Davica Bellamy and Michelle Sobosinski. 2 kills for Tracy Bailey and 1 kill for the setter, Tana Smith.
Sonara Martins is hitting negative, and I'm surprised at that. I wasn't watching it that closely, but she was hitting it very hard. But she was getting dug well, too. There's some nice defense being played by IUPUI. So I think that's somewhat of a deceiving stat for her. I thought both Sonara Martins and Nicole Howell, IPFW's 2 left side hitters, both hit the ball hard during game 1. I think they need to keep doing that. Make that defense work to play it up.
IUPUI had 19 digs. IPFW had 17. Mastodons will serve first. It'll be the senior setter, Lindy Bankowski. 5'4", and we talked about that height mismatch. Bankowski 5'4", Krastowski 5'9". We'll see how that match develops as we go along. Here we go. First point of set number 2.
The matchup's different this time. They won't see each other much in the front row.
Good life-saving dig by Bankowski. Tana Smith sets up Capania. Good dig by Lindsey Brammer. And got another dig, this time by Bankowski. Long rally, first point of the second set. And finally, Casey Krastowski gets the ball to go off the fingertips of a Mastodon, and it's 1-0 IUPUI. And that was a long rally for the first point. Casey Krastowski serving for the Jaguars. Martins, change of pace shot there, dug out by Aaron Jones. Nice block by Claire Jackson. Another block by Jackson. I'm going to say a net violation.
Claire Jackson.
I'd like to see a replay if we had it that
She's
time.
not happy with it. But once again, Aaron Jones really played some nice balls. She's really putting the ball in play when she handles the first one. She puts it where the setter can play it. Look at that.
Nice dig by Jones that time. Sobosinski dug out by Souza. Brammer dug out by Aaron Jones. Back and forth we go. Sobosinski. Souza with the dig. Bankowski setting up Martins. Off. Oh. Jaguars save it for the moment as it went off Krastowski to Bellamy, but the point does go to IPFW. It's now 2-1. IUPUI with the lead. Martin serving for the Dons. Free ball coming up for IPFW. Brammer, nice dig by Smith, the setter. Sobosinski blocked by Brammer and Jackson. And that time the kill attempt by Kanapka is long. We're tied at 2. Sonara Martins to continue to serve.
She doesn't have a ball.
Gotta have that if you're gonna play this game. Does come in handy. Smith. Oh, nice shot there by Bellamy. Davica Bellamy puts the Jaguars on top 3-2. And now Aaron Jones, the libero, serving. Bankowski setting up Nicole Howell. Dug out by Jones. Smith. Oh, nice block by Claire Jackson at the net for the Dons. Sobosinski dug out by Souza. Bankowski for Howell. And it's on the line. Point IPFW.
Jones had kind of rotated around that time. I think she was supposed to be back over here in their left corner, more to their left corner. She was more to the right. I think she was expecting a tip and rolled up.
From one libero to the other, serving Peachy Jankowski. Oh, nice kill by Michelle Sobocinski. That was tailor-made, basically, for her. IUPUI retakes the lead 4-3. Christina McConnell to serve. Jankowski setting up Brammer, and it's long. Too strong of a hit for Lindsey Brammer.
I think she might have been there a little early. It looked like she was maybe starting down on her jump when she hit the ball.
5-3, Jaguars on top. Jankowski, Brammer. Nice kill, Lindsey Brammer comes right back.
That was much better. Maybe the set was slower than she expected. I really couldn't tell. But the timing was on the first one was just a split second off, and the second one was perfect.
Substitution, Jenny Cole from Northrop High School in for Lindsey Brammer to serve. Almost like the designated server. Serving, her team trailing 5-4. Smith for Sobocinski, dug out by Peachy Jankowski. Howell is too strong, too long. Point Jaguars.
Peachy Jankowski has come in as a freshman really to replace two defensive specialists that had carried us for a number of years, and she's done a nice job.
Double hit called on IPFW, and just like that, it's now 7-4 in favor of the visitors from Indianapolis. And those two seniors, Nicole Ray and Sarah Leffers, that you alluded to, Mark.
They were nice defensive players.
Fabiana Souza with her 5th kill of the night. Stops the IUPUI run.
We've had several ball handling errors called. I think Greg Roth's going to call it tighter tonight than Dave Sines did last Friday night.
Sobocinski dug out by Nicole Howell. Jenny Cole dug out by Sobocinski. Krastowski mishits it, and it's point IPFW. Perhaps a slight mistiming by Casey Krastowski. 7-6, Nicole Howell continues to serve. Krastowski. Souza outside, point Jaguars. Some interesting battles at the net, Mark.
And not always the best decisions made. I'm not sure that she should have swung at that one. She was quite a ways off the net. But they're showing aggressiveness. Both teams are going up on for those balls that are on top of the net. And sometimes you don't see that. And I think, again, talking about the mental aspects of the game, the teams are said, be in every play, go after every ball. And both sides are showing that so far.
Souza serving after she got the kill.
Someone's in the net.
And let's see who it is. I think it's IPFW being called. Our score is 9-7. IUPUI on top in set number 2. IPFW won the first set 30-23. Tana Smith, the setter for IUPUI, serving. Lindy Bankowski setting up Martins. Dug out by Sobocinski. Krastowski off the fingertips of Jackson, but the Dons save it. Souza, defensive return. Possible free ball. Double hit called, I think, on Tana Smith.
Yeah, on the set. Last Friday night when we telecast, both coaches were very unhappy with the looseness of the calls. And tonight, they can't complain about that.
A lot tighter. Lindy Bankowski, the senior, to serve. Oh, short set. Nice kill that time by Lauren Konopka.
She cut that back really nice. She came all the way across her body, I think, to make that ball go to the sideline like that.
Third consecutive time IPFW had a chance to tie the set, only to be denied. Bree Hewitt in the lineup now, senior, serving for IUPUI. Brammer off the fingertips of Konopka, and it's point IPFW. So our score is now 10-9, and Sonara Martins, the freshman, will serve. 4th time in a row, IPFW with a chance to tie the second set. Jones, Smith on the run, Jones, free ball coming for IPFW. Bankowski for Claire Jackson, and it's wide, I do believe. IUPUI dodges a bullet there.
Martins keeps challenging Jones on her serve, and she's the only one that has caused Jones any trouble, I think.
Aaron Jones, libero, serving. Bankowski for Howell. Jones with a dig. Hannah Smith setting up Sobocinski. Souza with the dig. Bankowski for Nicole Howe. Aaron Jones keeps it alive for IUPUI. Sobocinski hits the pole, and it's point IPFW. This has been a seesaw match ever since the 7-6 mark. 8-6, 8-7, 9-7, and away we go. It's now 11-10. Peachy Jankowski to serve for IPFW. Tana Smith. Bailey blocked by Souza. Point IPFW. Fabiana Souza using her 6 feet of height and her long arms to get that block and that kill. Jankowski continues to serve. Smith for Sobocinski, and it's in. Point IUPUI. (12-11). IUPUI on top. Connell to serve. Souza in for the point. And we're tied at 12.
I've been watching the IPFW offense, and they are using a lot of different sets tonight. They've varied it quite a bit. I think that's one of Lindy Bankowski's strengths as a setter. She has more sets in her arsenal. She's strongest when she's closer to her backside, as opposed to having to push it all the way across the court. But I think she does a good job of mixing it up and keeping the blockers moving.
Sobocinski after the kill gets to serve. Souza dig shot. Nice dig by Sobocinski. Krastowski blocked by Souza. Tana Smith setting up Sobocinski. Dug out by Peachy Jankowski. Oh, the quick shot by the setter. Point goes to IUPUI. Souza's block goes wide. And the Jaguars go up by 2, 14-12.
IPFW's problem in game 2 are the hitting errors, I think. A lot of balls going out.
Nicole Howe off the hands of Jones, and that'll be point IPFW as it goes up and over onto the track here at the Gates Center. 14-13, and Nicole Howe, the sophomore from Bishop Loras High School, to serve. Tana Smith setting up Krastowski. And it is touch. And we are at the technical timeout. So timeout on the court. IUPUI leads the second set 15-13. We'll take a break. You're watching IPFW Women's Volleyball on College 56 Sports.
Hi. I was wondering if you wanted to go out maybe or something, if you had time.
I can tell by your excitable behavior and verbal faux pas that you have generalized anxiety with paranoid tendencies. It would never work.
Okay, thanks.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
And you see some of the crowd here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. We are at the technical timeout, the 15-point timeout. Jaguars lead the IPFW Mastodons 15-13 here in the second set. IPFW won the first set 30-23 in this intrastate battle.
It's interesting looking at the hitting statistic. Krastowski has 8 kills and leads the match. However, she has 7 errors, so she's not hitting for a very high percentage, while Souza leads IPFW, but Howell has 6 kills and only 1 error, so she has the best hitting percentage of all the key hitters.
Service error by Tracy Bailey gives a serve over to IPFW. Now it's Fabiana Souza's turn. Her team trails 15-14. Off the fingertips of Casey Krastowski, and we're tied.
She was not designed to handle that ball, and she was kind of in the way, had to make a last-minute decision. Coach Steve Payne just moved her up closer to the net, so if this one comes to the same zone, she's out of the way.
Tana Smith for Krastowski. Dug out, Souza and Howell. Sonara Martins dug out by Sobocinski. Battle at the net. Tana Smith going to set up Casey Krastowski off Bankowski's fingers, dug out by Howell. Martins dug out by McConnell. Jackson at the net will get credit for the block and the kill. Net action, good efforts by both teams. IPFW retakes the lead 16-15.
It's a key point for IUPUI. They just gave up the lead for the first time.
Tana Smith for Krastowski. Dink shot dug out by Jenny Cole. Krastowski with the block. Smith to Krastowski. Dug out by Fabiana Souza, but it's just wide. Krastowski hit a bullet. Fabiana Souza got her fists on it, but it went wide, and it's point Jaguars.
Sosa actually leads the team in digs, but she's been playing middle back, and a lot of deep balls have been hit by the IUPUI offense. So she's been in position to play a lot of balls, and she's handled them pretty well for the most part. I've been impressed with her defense tonight.
Smith serving. Bankowski, dink shot. Sobocinski dug it out. And Bellamy will get credit for the kill as the Mastodon block attempt is wide. And just like that, IUPUI back on top, 17-16. Back and forth we go. Lazy serve by Smith. Martins. Aaron Jones digs it out. Oh, nice block by Claire Jackson. We're tied at 17. Bankowski to serve. Smith. Good dig by Jankowski. Martins at the net, and it's a nice block by Davica Bellamy. Substitution as Bree Hewitt comes in for Casey Krastowski.
Krastowski plays only the front row. That's probably a wise decision by the IUPUI coaching staff. The freshman takes a lot of the hitting load. Give her a rest, take the pressure off in the back row, and she doesn't have to pass as much.
Souza. Smith digs it out. Oh, nice block by Sonara Martins.
The other thing I mentioned earlier, they try to get her out of the way of the passing zone. They don't want her handling that first ball if they can avoid it, because that's just an additional amount of pressure. A lot of good hitters struggle their freshman year when they have to carry a passing load. So it's a good move by Coach Steve Payne.
Sobocinski dug out by Martins. Nicole Howe dug out by Sobocinski. Smith, defensive return. Free ball coming up for the Dons. Howell gets the point. Mastodons retake the lead, 19-18. In this seesaw second set. Sonara Martins, the freshman, continues to serve.
Oh.
Net violation by, was it Jackson?
Oh, no, wait a minute.
Greg
that was
Ross?
A back row setter. They called the IPFW blocker coming over the net and blocking the ball before it broke the zone, I guess, or broke the plane.
No arguments from the IPFW coaching staff. Touch on IUPUI. Steve Payne saying, who touched it? Well, Payne lost the argument and the point. 20-19, Peachy Jankowski to serve for IPFW. Smith. Sobocinski dug out by Sonara Martins. Free ball coming up for IUPUI. Bailey on the dink shot. Jankowski with the dig. Sosa tried her hands at it. And IUPUI finds the open spot in the floor, and we're tied at 20.
IUPUI seems to be running a lot of what we call second tempo offense to the outside, to the left side, which means it's a quicker, flatter set. And I don't know whether it's because the setter is moving too much to handle the pass, and that's when she's moving backwards, that's the only way she can push it out there, or that's by design. I'll try to watch it and decide.
McConnell, free ball coming up for the Dons. Souza, nice dig by Christina McConnell. Ball goes over our heads and out. Point IPFW. 21-20 the score. IPFW on top here in set number 2. Jenny Cole to serve for the Dons. Little float serve. Smith, Sobocinski. Point, Jaguars. Block unsuccessful. Krastowski back in for Bree Hewitt.
Sobocinski's quite an active player. She leads the team in digs. She gets a lot of attempts.
Wide on the serve, however.
What year is she, Mike?
Michelle Sobocinski is a senior from Milwaukee. 5'9" senior from Milwaukee.
She plays like a senior.
Nicole Hall serving for the Dons. Oh, Souza used her long arms to outduel Tana Smith at the net. And there was a battle, much like the battle between Bankowski and Krastowski. That time, Fabiana Souza had the height advantage and got the point for the Dons. Krastowski with the kill. I believe that eight kills now for Casey Krastowski. 9 kills for Casey Krastowski.
But 7 errors.
Tracy Bailey to serve. Lindy Bankowski dug out by Tana Smith. Krastowski dug out by Nicole Howe. Bankowski for Souza into the net. Point Jaguars. We're tied at 23.
The IPFW passers, when Lindy Bankowski's a setter, have to be careful they don't get it too close to the net, because then her height becomes a disadvantage, especially up against 2 tall blockers.
Bankowski, Souza. Sobocinski kept it alive. Krastowski dink shot dug out by Jenny Feaster, who's in the lineup. Tana Smith. Ball is in, point IPFW.
Martins is out. Feaster's in for her. I said I thought that her stat looked worse than her play, but apparently I thought that she needed a rest and a different player out there.
And if I mispronounce it, it was Amanda Feaster from DeKalb High School. Another point for the Dons. It's now 25-23. And IUPUI calls timeout. Gives us a chance to invite you to learn more about Mastodon sports by tuning in to Mastodon Spotlight each Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday here on College 56. Yours truly, Mike Maas, reviews the recent sports activities. We look at game footage when possible, and we visit with coaches and players. That's Mastodon Spotlight, now in our 6th year. You can see it Wednesdays at 8 p.m., Fridays at 6:30 p.m., and Saturdays at 1 p.m. Again, right here on College Cable Access Channel 56. Now you see Coach Kelly Hutton talking to her troops. Key point coming up in the set, Mark.
That was a key timeout for Coach Steve Payne. He probably knows IPFW well enough from tapes he's seen and from playing against us in previous years to know that the strongest part of our defense is our serve, and we've been breaking up his passing with our serving the last 7-8 points. So he needs to settle his passers down and get his offense back in system.
25-23, the Mastodons on top. Fabiana Souza continues to serve. Tana Smith setting up Krastowski. Dug out by Souza. Bankowski for Feaster. Off the fingertips of Kanapka. Krastowski dug out by Souza. Here we go. Souza off the net and off the fingertips of Jones for the point. And it's now 26-23, IPFW on top.
IUPUI wants a double hit. They thought the ball spun too much on the set to Souza.
Jump float serve for Fabiana Souza. Krastowski. Jackson blocked it, but it was wide, and it's point Jaguars. Substitution.
When a left side hitter can get that angle from off the floor coming in, the blockers really have to get their arms over and strong to block the ball in, or that happens. You block it out of bounds.
Bellamy is a substitute for IUPUI. Souza dug out by Sobocinski. Smith, Krastowski dug out by Souza. Bankowski for Jackson. Saved by Aaron Jones. And coming in with, it's wide by Bellamy, and it's point IPFW.
I think Krastowski has to find another place on the court to hit the ball other than to Souza. Souza is playing her very well. She's going to have to do something other than go deep middle back on that moderate angle she's been using.
Jackson with the block for the Dons. Krastowski off the fingertips of Feaster, and it's point IUPUI. It's now 27-25. IPFW on top. IUPUI with the serve. And Hewitt back in for Krastowski. And Bree Hewitt, the 5'11 senior from Lafayette Jefferson High School, serving. Bankowski for Souza. Dug out by Hewitt. Tana Smith for Sobocinski. Off Bankowski's hand. Point Jaguars. They're hanging tough.
Our right side block right now is not getting their hands over so that they can put the ball back in the court.
Lindsey Brammer off the net. Jackson with the set. And it's long by Souza. Point Jaguars, and we're tied at 27, and now IPFW decides to call a timeout. Okay. Coach Franke, your team's just been tied. What do you say to the team? Or what is Kelly Hartley-Hutton saying to her team right now?
Well, I think right now, if we could turn a block on our right side, that would make a big difference. The other thing is we don't need errors like the last one we just had, but we have to forget that and go on. We want to keep the pressure on, particularly serving. I know she wants them to back off a little bit on the serve, especially on the first serve a player makes, but it's 27-27. We have to serve tough to break up their passing, and then we have a chance to transition the ball and run our offense. And we've been fairly successful at that tonight. It's weird. The hitting stats are really poor for both teams, but I don't think it's because the offenses have been that lackadaisical. It's just I think both teams have been playing very good defense. We got 4 players out there in double digits on digs already.
And you look at the hitting numbers, IUPUI in this set 140, IPFW 111. Like you say, the hitting numbers aren't great. Back to the action we go. Bree Hewitt with the serve. We're tied at 27. Bankowski for Lindsey Brammer. And it's off the fingertips, I believe, of Kanapka, and it's point IPFW. And now it's time for the killer instinct to come and take place as Sonara Martins comes in for Amanda Feaster. Hopefully, if you're an IPFW fan, to serve this set out. Martins, the freshman from Brazil. Jones, Tana Smith for Sobocinski. Nice block by Lindsey Brammer. And we're at game point. And a nice timing block by Lindsey Brammer. IUPUI calls their second and final timeout of this set. And that's just a delay tactic, isn't it, Mark? Just to try to change the momentum?
Well, yeah, if you have a timeout, you're allowed 2 per game.
Right.
You're facing 29 points. You haven't used your second one. Now's the time. You can't take it home with you. We got the block on the right side that time, but Lindsey Brammer rotated around the front. As I said earlier, she's viewed by the coaching staff as our strongest blocker. And so that really made a difference.
Kelly has called her on Kelly's corner a wall out there defensively in regards to Lindsey Brammer.
She's done a nice job. She's a much better blocker this year than she was last year, so she's worked on it over the summer and in the spring training season and obviously during fall. Some of it's maturity of the player. Sometimes it's who you're next to because most blocking is team blocking in volleyball.
Lindsey Brammer, a tri-captain along with Lindy Bankowski and Janelle Power that we haven't seen yet tonight. Sonara Martin serving for the second set. 29-27, Dons on top. Sobocinski dug out by Souza at the net. Oh, nice play by Lauren Kanapka as that ball just spun right into her wheelhouse at the front of the net.
I think the ball may have been out. I'm not sure Bobby needed to play that, but she did.
29-28, Aaron Jones, the libero, serving for the Jaguars. And Sobocinski, taller than Bankowski, won that duel at the net. And just like that, now we're tied at 29. Have to win by 2. And IPFW calls their second and final timeout of this second set. Well, momentum now wearing maroon and white.
Well, the other problem we had there was Bankowski's back row. She can't go up. Someone else has to come in. So we had 2 straight overpasses, and the 2 front row blockers that were up there at the time, on the first time, they both went down to try to cover the overpass kill instead of going up and challenging it in a joust. Second time, they couldn't get there fast enough to make a difference.
Well, you see the IUPUI team huddling up around their coach, Steve Payne. Again, he's in his 8th year. He has a record at IUPUI of 101 and 135. He is the second winningest coach in Jaguar history, trailing only Tim Brown, who recorded 241 victories in 10 years as a coach between the years of 1981 and 1990. Teams back on the floor. Greg Roth advising both coaches at their outer timeouts. Here we go. 29 all. Aaron Jones, the libero, continues to serve for IUPUI. And that may be a service ace. Not a good dig by IPFW there.
So that's 3 ball handling errors in a row for us.
Game point for the Jaguars. Bankowski for Nicole Howell. Dug out by Sobocinski. Tana Smith for Sobocinski, and she gets the kill off the fingertips of Jackson. And just like that, IUPUI comes from behind and wins set number 2, 31-29. We are tied at a set apiece. Time for a break. We will be back shortly with more IPFW women's volleyball action. But first, let's have a look at this year's IPFW women's volleyball team in their own words.
After last year's season and the graduation of 3 primary passers and our best backcourt defenders, we knew that we had to focus the winter months and spring training and recruiting efforts on finding ball control players and improving the players we have now and making them become better passers and backcourt defenders. So we spent a lot of time in the gym working with our current players, and then we recruited Peachy Jankowski out of Michigan, who has done an excellent job as a freshman stepping in and handling that difficult role as libero. And you know, it's paid off. We have 3 seniors. They're our captains because they've earned that title. Lindy Bankowski out of Michigan, our setter, has been our starting setter since her freshman year. Some adversity for Lindy this year, a freak injury in practice. She's been away from the court for a little bit, but she did play last weekend at the Miami of Ohio tournament and played well in the defensive specialist role, went in and served and played back row for another player. And she's still, setting and ready to go in that role if we need her to. Janelle Pollard from Southside High School, it's her 5th year with us. She's a 5th-year senior, redshirted her freshman year. And again, not what I would want for Lindy or Janelle in their senior year. She's not 100%, but for Janelle being 90 or 95 or whatever that percent is, she's still an effective outside hitter who packs a lot of heat when we put her in. Hits a very, very heavy ball, and is intelligent, knows how to use the block, and has been a sub in that capacity for us this year. But I think they're both probably frustrated right now that they're maybe not 100%. The 3rd senior is Lindsay Brammer, and we moved her from the middle position to the right side, the opposite position, and I'm like, the light just went off. This is our best blocker. She's a wall, and we put her many times in front of the opponent's best hitter. If balls touch her hands, her arms are not going through. They're not going through to the other side of the net. And they rarely bounce off in the wrong direction. She's a very intelligent, disciplined, physical blocker. Offensively, we need to get her more involved at this point, and she's reminding me of that right now. Favi's our go-to player. The nice thing about this team is we've had in almost every match 3 or 4 attackers in double-digit kills, and if teams decide to pay a lot of attention to Fabiana, we have somebody else who can hurt them. And that, I think, this year will make Fabiana better because they won't be able to focus on her so much. But Fabiana, as a junior now already, third year with us at IPFW, is starting to become, you know, a leader on the court, more talkative. She's very competitive, and you know, she's what you expect of your go-to player.
Things are going better than we expected. Our big focus for this season was going to be ball control, and we decided that we would make that our goal of preseason, work on our ball control. And we came out, and it was, I guess because we worked on it so hard, it was more along than we thought it would be at this point in the season. So we're getting a lot of good attacks. We're controlling the ball a lot better than most of the teams we've played against. And I think it's the difference, it's making the difference right now for us. We had an injury earlier on. We had our setter, Lindy Bankowski, get hurt, and she was out a few matches. And we had Ashley Roth step up, and she's just been stellar. She's done everything we've needed her to do. She's led this team through lots of big wins and lots of close matches. So we're even a little deeper than we expected, not just in the setting department. We've had some nice play from players off the bench. Amanda Feaster, Kristen Mann has been coming off the bench. Janelle Pollard coming off the bench. So, you know, right now we're clicking, and you know, if I could find some wood right now, I'd knock on it because I don't want to jinx us going into this weekend.
We're doing great so far. We're very excited to be back home. We hope to get like 20 wins this year again. That's our goal.
This year already, starting off even in 2 days, we had 3 new freshmen, and we already have like a good team chemistry. Like, our team chemistry is awesome, which makes it a lot easier to play on the court.
I think we have really good potential to do well this weekend. We've been doing really good against teams, you know, Big Ten teams, Northwestern and Indiana, and you know, it's all due to our team chemistry. I think we play together good, and when we do play together good, we play awesome, and we get excited and we have fun together, and it's just good. It brings our level of play so much higher, and our defense, it starts with blocking, then our defense comes, and then we start killing balls, and it's fun. Well, in regards to our season goal, during the second week of our team practices, we had a meeting in this very room and talked about 2014 goals. One of those, of course, you measure in athletics. It's very easy to measure a successful year by wins and losses, and some other things are important. But our win total, the mark we were looking at, is to repeat a 20-year or 20-win season. I think that's a difficult task given the schedule that I put together for us. But at this point, to have 7 wins and 4 losses, we feel pretty good about that given the strength of schedule we've seen to this point. We've been doing good, and we've been getting better at practice, and our practice we're working on the little things and making, once we get the little things done, the big picture is going to be there. So once we start doing the little things, I think that everything's going to fall into place and we're going to do very well.
Mom, Dad, you know we love kids, and I've made a decision that will totally change my life. Cameron's too. It's a huge responsibility, leading someone into, who knows, communication or science or math. That's what life's all about, right? Learning so you can pass on knowledge to younger minds. Dad, Mom, I want to be a teacher.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
What's ahead for the future of Northeast Indiana? One answer lies with the graduates of our fine area colleges and universities. Hi, I'm Phil Laux, president of the Greater Fort Wayne Chamber of Commerce. And when you support an area college or university, you support the economic growth and development of where we live. Graduates of these higher education institutions are working hard to grow our local economy. I urge you to support your area university or college with your time, your talent, and your treasure. Our college grads are a vital part of Northeast Indiana's continued success.
This month on IPFW Up Close, we have something for everyone. We'll find out who will be here for the 10th season of the Omnibus Lecture Series. We'll talk with the first Chapman Distinguished Professor of English at IPFW and find out if the Renaissance has any relevance in the 21st century. And we'll meet some talented artists who are taking computer art and design to new levels. Join me, Susan Alderman, for IPFW Up Close, Sundays at noon on College Cable Access, Channel 56.
Do you have everything you need? Paper, pencils?
We only ask that you do your best.
And make you a snack.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Welcome back live, everybody, to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW. Mike Maas and Mark Franke with you. And Mark, we were talking off air. Some of the fans here at the Gate Center thought that set number 2 was the most interesting set. Back and forth, back and forth. IUPUI finally coming from behind to win the second set and square the match up, 31-29.
Actually, the fans, all they remember is that we lost set 2, and they forgot all the rest of it. You know, what do you remember? That IPFW came from behind, or IPFW blew the lead at the end? It was an interesting game. Other than we had those 3 ball handling errors at the end, which stood right out. Other than that, there was a lot of excitement there. Went back and forth. There's some rallies. I'm still having trouble understanding why the hitting percentages are so low. But then you look at the digs. 53 digs in 2 games for IUPUI, 43 for IPFW.
Unbelievable.
Both defenses are doing a nice job, and I think that's part of the reason the offensive numbers are low. Although IUPUI has an awful lot of errors. They've got 22 hitting errors to 14 for IPFW. That's too many.
In the first set that IPFW won 30-23, the Mastodons had a 122 hitting percentage to a .064 for the Jaguars. But in set number 2, tables were turned. IUPUI 161 to IPFW's 125. Low numbers. And again, attribute that, as you see some of the statistics after sets 1 and 2 combined, IPFW 9 blocks compared to 4 for IUPUI. You mentioned the errors, the digs, the assists, 32-24 in favor of IUPUI. Kills 35-26 also in favor of the Jaguars. They will serve first here in set number 3. It'll be the setter, Tana Smith, the 5'6" senior out of Blackford High School, who at the beginning of the season passed the 3,000 career assist mark.
The matchups are the same this game as last game. By that I mean both teams are starting approximately the same rotations. I think we started rotation 1. I believe that, both teams last game started rotation 1, which means the setter is right back, either serving or right back on serve receive.
Jaguars won the first point, and now the first time tonight we see the towel on center court.
I'm not sure what caused that. Somebody slipped. One of the things you have to worry about, it's not so bad tonight, but last weekend it was really hot in this gym. And you don't want moisture on the floor because it's dangerous to players.
Service error by Tana Smith, and we're tied at 1.
So the psychological battle was won by IPFW. They wipe up the floor, cause a service error.
Sonara Martins, the freshman from Belo Horizonte, Brazil, to serve. Smith setting up Krastowski, blocked. Lindsey Brammer and Claire Jackson tag team that one.
I think they're going to have to set away from Brammer no matter what it takes. I don't understand why Martins keeps serving. Oh, there she goes. She went away from her that time.
Krastowski dug out by Lindy Bankowski. Free ball coming up for IUPUI. Smith. Oh, the Dons got it back. A little bit of luck there. Sosa with the dig. Smith for Krastowski. And she'll get the kill off the hands, I believe, of Brammer. And we're tied at 2. Casey Krastowski to serve, the freshman from Bloomington North High School. And she serves it into the net.
It's 9 service errors for IUPUI. That's way too many.
3-2 our score. Mastodons on top. Peachy Jankowski, the freshman libero from suburban Detroit, to serve. Sobocinski to Smith, back to Michelle Sobocinski. Martins with the dig. Howell left hands it over the net. Blocked by Souza. Bankowski sets up Brammer. Smith with the dig. Krastowski is long on the kill attempt point, Mastodons. And again, the defense comes to the light there. A couple of digs on both teams. Another serve for Jankowski. Tana Smith. Sobocinski comes right over our heads. Point IUPUI.
No one was headed for my baby blues there for a moment. That's Jess's job to get those. He's a spotter. He's supposed to be spotting balls coming our way.
Lauren Knapp got a serve. You're right. Bankowski. Souza. Point. Mastodons on the touch. Off the fingertips of Krastowski.
Souza is so much more effective as a hitter when she gets power into it. She got a fair amount into that one. But that's really a timing issue on the hitter's part, but also hitter and setter timing, coordinated timing.
Jenny Cole in to serve for the Dons. And it's a service error. Got into the jet stream here at the Gate Center.
There's a theory about that. Blake Sebring in the News Sentinel has it all worked out. He explained it to me once, but I didn't understand it. I was an econ major, not a physics major.
Christina McConnell to serve. Bankowski for Nicole Howell. Nice block by Tana Smith. Another block by Tracy Bailey. Souza at the net, blocked at time by Tracy Bailey. Howell, dink shot, dug out by McConnell. Tana Smith for Krastowski into the net, point IPFW, I believe. And it's 6-4.
We're going to setter change. Lindy Bankowski, I don't know whether she's tiring or what, but her setting has not been crisp in this game, and one of the fans told me that they thought it had weakened some late in this game too. So Ashley Ross in now.
Junior from Leo. Michelle Sobocinski hammers one down.
Ashley Ross' strength as a setter is to go outside to the left side. She has a lot of upper body strength and can push the ball out. So we'll see if that changes the offense.
Roth sets up Martins. And it's point IPFW. Ashley Roth, a guest this week on Kelly's Corner. And you can see that tomorrow being Saturday at, I believe, 1 or 1:30 on Channel 56.
I think she's done a nice job coming in. Another lift there. Boy, both teams are having trouble with that right now. I think she's done a nice job coming in during Lindy Bankowski's injury and keeping the team competitive. We had a nice run, had some losses, 5-game losses to Big Ten teams in there, but by and large we played well. That's about 4 or 5 hits.
Yep. 2 points in a row for IUPUI, and we're tied at 7. Aaron Jones, the libero, continues to serve. Roth setting up Martins. Dug out by Sobocinski. McConnell off the net, and it's just wide. Point IPFW. Brammer back in for Jenny Cole for IPFW, and Ashley Roth serving off the tip. That's a good serve nowadays in volleyball. Pushed into the net with Sobocinski. Point Dons. Do you like that, Mark? The change where now a serve can hit the net and still be good, as opposed to the old days where you got to reserve it?
I think the saving grace of that rule change is to make rally scoring have more validity. They both came together. Rally scoring. Prior to that, a service error was just rotation, side out. Then when it became a point, allowing the let serve reduced the number of service errors substantially. And I think the two of them had to be together for the rule change to rally scoring to make sense.
Brammer with the kill off the set of Ashley Roth. Moves the lead back up to 2, 10-8. Favor of IPFW.
I've generally been opposed to the rule changes. I think there's way too many of them. But that, even though I thought I was not for rally scoring particularly when it came in, with the let serve, I was wrong. That really improved the game. Those two together.
Souza with the dig. Roth for Claire Jackson, and it's point IPFW. Claire Jackson now, I believe, with, is that her second kill of the night?
Second kill. Nicole Howe still hitting for a fairly nice percentage.
Smith, Krastowski. Jackson unable to get the block over the net. Substitution, Bree Hewitt in for Casey Krastowski, and she will serve with her team trailing 11-9.
Krastowski leads everybody with 16 kills, but her 10 errors reduces her hitting percentage.
Roth for Nicole Howell. Dug out by Aaron Jones. Souza with the dig for the Dons. Brammer, dink shot, dug out by Hewitt. Smith for Sobocinski, blocked by Brammer. Jones keeps it alive. Free ball coming up for the Dons. Roth, Brammer, point IPFW off the fingertips of Michelle Sobocinski.
If you're contacting the ball as a blocker on your side of the net, it's going to roll down your body on your side, and that's exactly what happened there. It happened to IPFW on the previous rally.
Jankowski serving. Tana Smith for Sobocinski, blocked. Brammer and Souza tag team that one. And it's 13-9, and IUPUI calls timeout. Let's take a break. You're watching IPFW Women's Volleyball on College 56 Sports.
Do you have everything you need? Paper, pencils?
We only ask that you do your best.
And make you a snack.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Players coming back on the court after the IUPUI timeout. Jaguars trail this third set 13-9 as you get a look at some of the members of the IPFW Snap Band. You have heard them on occasions in the background tonight. Peachy Jankowski continues to serve. Hewitt, Tana Smith, and Souza blocks it successfully. Point IPFW.
Souza, I think, is strongest as a blocker when she's one-on-one in the middle. She does much better there, I think, than even on a team block on either antenna. So it's nice to have her in the middle where she can be one-on-one.
Tana Smith. Oh, good dig by Ashley Roth. Howell. Aaron Jones digs it out. Sobocinski got the kill on the block and a net violation, and I believe it's point Mastodons.
Yeah. That was Bellamy in the net. She tried to play the ball up and her arm caught the net on her follow through.
15-9, IPFW on a 4-point run. And make it a 5-point run. As Peachy Jankowski gets credit for an ace.
We've seen several of those pinball kinds of plays tonight where balls just bounce around, rattle around, hit all sorts of body parts, and eventually hit the floor.
Free ball coming up for IPFW. Roth for Brammer. Dug out by Aaron Jones. But Jaguars cannot convert it. Another point for the Mastodons. Substitution now for IUPUI. Into the lineup, number 10, Deanna Flum, 6-foot sophomore from Perry Meridian High School in Indianapolis, replacing Davica Bellamy. Smith for Sobocinski, dug out by Jankowski. Roth to Martins. point IPFW. Everything going the way of the blue and white right now.
At this point, IUPUI is just putting players in.
Krastowski in for Hewitt. Peachy Jankowski again with the serve. Tana Smith. And the kill attempt by Flum is long. 18-9 is our score. IPFW on a 7-0 run.
IUPUI has as many hitting errors as they have kills in this game.
Dig by Brammer. Roth setting up Nicole Howe. And the sophomore from Bishop Lewis comes down with the kill. I'd have to check the numbers, Mark. This may be the longest run of points IPFW may have scored in a set this year. Tana Smith for Sobocinski, and that's in. Michelle Sobocinski gets her 14th kill, and that stops the long run by IPFW. Konopka to serve. Roth setting up Nicole Howe, and Nicole Howe comes back with another kill.
She split the block there, and it was the rotation where the libero for IUPUI was on the bench. And so that spot that normally is covered by Aaron Jones was not covered by Aaron Jones.
Jenny Cole in to serve. It's 21 to... Let me pick that back here. Ashley Roth. And the point will go to IUPUI. And I'm off on a point somewhere, Mark, because the scoreboard says 21-11.
The official stats say 21-10. 21-11.
Okay. I missed a point somewhere, and I apologize. Now 21-12.
This is where IPFW has had a tendency in the past to make 3 errors in a row. Let's see if they shut it off.
Ashley Roth setting up Howe at the net. Left-handed shot dug out by IUPUI. Sobocinski, it hits Martins. Jankowski saves it to Souza. And Souza with the backhand reverse save gets the kill. A little bit of luck there?
I would say a lot of luck. That was poorly played in on several of those contacts.
22-12, IPFW on top. Jenny Cole saves it temporarily. Souza dug out by McConnell. Ashley Roth setting up Sonara Martins. And the block attempt by Bailey is wide. 23-12, IPFW on top. Nicole Howell continues to serve.
IUPUI's passing is completely broken down.
Martins dug out by McConnell. Bailey, free ball coming up for IPFW. And Ashley Roth puts it away. And IUPUI calls another timeout, trailing 24-12. You can do more than just sit on the sidelines. Participate in the excitement of Mastodon athletics by joining the Royal Dons Club. The Royal Dons is IPFW's official athletic booster organization. Members enjoy athletics-related special events, priority access to tickets, and more. To learn about the Royal Dons Club, call 260-481-6643, or you can write to the Royal Dons Club at 2101 East Coliseum Boulevard, Fort Wayne, Indiana 46805, or you can go to the IPFW Athletics website at www.ipfw.edu/athletics.
I'm not sure why, but Ashley Roth did not. Yeah, there they go. Got up. Ashley Roth didn't get credit for the setter tip kill, but they just gave it to her. We don't have our normal statisticians tonight. Lisa and Roger Horman, so
that's why.
We've got Christy and Rudy down there filling in.
Crack Sports Information Department hard at work. Nicole Hall with the serve. Tana Smith for Sobocinski. And Michelle Sobocinski got it between Howell and Peachy Jankowski. It's now 24-13, and Michelle Sobocinski will serve. Roth dug out by Bailey. Tana Smith, Krastowski. Point IUPUI, 2 in a row.
Ross is a better equipped setter to save that kind of errant pass. Didn't matter here. She kept the ball in play. We still lost the point, but she kept it in play.
Ashley setting up Martins. Nice block at the net by Bailey, but Fabiana Souza comes through with the kill off of fingertips of a Jaguar. And it's 25-14.
Apparently the crowd's getting into Bob, the PA announcer, does the last name or something.
Not sure.
They're responding to him.
Oh, nice play by Tana Smith. She does pose an Ashley Roth, so to speak. Gets the kill. Makes it 25-15. Jaguars down by 10. Aaron Jones serving. Roth for Martins. Off the fingertips of Sobocinski. Brammer back in for Jenny Cole for IPFW. Ashley Roth to serve. Krastowski gets the kill off the fingertips of Martins.
Claire Jackson.
I'm sorry. That's why I wear glasses. 26-16 our score. IPFW on top. Tana Smith, the setter for IUPUI, will serve. Short serve, but effective. Point Jaguars.
See if she serves short again. Yep.
Roth for Brammer. Jaguars keep it alive. Claire Jackson sets up Martins. Smith digs it out. Free ball coming up for the Dons. Roth, Martins, and it's wide. Point IUPUI, 3 in a row.
18-26, number 11.
Now 26-18, lead cut to 8. And Tana Smith will continue to serve.
Coach Kelly Hutton just held up 3 fingers. I'll bet that's exactly what she meant too.
Oh, nice set by Roth to Claire Jackson, who knocked it home.
Steve Payne is quite unhappy with the lack of ball handling calls. Although, well, that one, I don't know. I guess if I were on the other bench, I'd complain about that one.
Martins to serve. Don's up by 9. Smith. And I believe, was that Krastowski? Or was that Flum? In any event, point IUPUI. Hewitt back in the lineup to serve. Roth for Howell. Oh, nice block that time by Flum.
Since she's come in, it's a little different block out there. And Nicole Howell challenged her, went right at her.
The lead down to 7. Souza, free ball coming for IUPUI. And Flum puts it away. And now IPFW decides to call timeout, as they've seen their big lead widowed down to 6 points. 27-21 our score. IPFW on top, set number 3. Teams split the first 2 sets. Momentum wearing maroon and white, Mark.
What was IPFW's largest lead?
25-14 at 1 point. 11 points, I believe.
Down to 6.
21-10. And now it's down to 6.
We haven't seen a lot of big momentum changes. Even game 2 when that lead seesawed a little bit, there weren't real momentum shifts necessarily. But this game, long run by IPFW, and now a fighting effort to come back by IUPUI, and clearly IUPUI is controlling the momentum. We'll see what happens here. First serve out of the timeout. This is critical.
Hewitt to serve. Battle at the net. Bad set. It was not Tana Smith who set that ball.
It's a nice serve. They just didn't, when they got the overpass, they didn't handle it.
Peachy Jankowski with a chance to serve out the set. Smith. Dig by Ashley Roth. Jankowski sets up Brammer. Free ball coming for IUPUI. Smith. Sobocinski blocked by Fabiana Souza. And we're at set point.
It's a pretty big block out there with Fabiana Souza and Lindsey Brammer, isn't it?
Tallest players IPFW has. IPFW fans on their feet. Smith.
That back row set. What?
They're going to cost Souza for going over the net.
Ooh.
That's happened once before.
Yeah, that may be a correct call, but that was a back row setter, so Fabiana did exactly what she needed to do there. Challenge her on that overpass.
Smith off the fingertips of Howell is the shot by Flum. It's now 29-23. IPFW again with a set point. Kanapka serving. Souza dig shot, point, set goes to IPFW. Not the power, the finesse that time. And IPFW wins set number 3 by a score of 30-23. They now lead the match 2-1. Time for a break. We'll come back with set number 4. You're watching IPFW Women's Volleyball on College 56 Sports.
This month on IPFW Up Close, we have something for everyone. We'll find out who will be here for the 10th season of the Omnibus Lecture Series. We'll talk with the first Chapman Distinguished Professor of English at IPFW and find out if the Renaissance has any relevance in the 21st century. And we'll meet some talented artists who are taking computer art and design to new levels. Join me, Susan Alderman, for IPFW Up Close, Sundays at noon on College Cable Access, Channel 56.
Are you in there? What's up? The show's at 7. Whoa. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
What's ahead for the future of Northeast Indiana? One answer lies with the graduates of our fine area colleges and universities. Hi, I'm Phil Laux, President of the Greater Fort Wayne Chamber of Commerce. And when you support an area college or university, you support the economic growth and development of where we live. Graduates of these higher education institutions are working hard to grow our local economy. I urge you to support your area university or college with your time, your talent, and your treasure. Our college grads are a vital part of Northeast Indiana's continued success.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW. Mike Maas and Mark Franke with you. IPFW just won the third set, 30-23. They lead the match 2-1. Now, can IPFW come out with the killer instinct, Mark?
Well, at this point, I think the key is the number of errors being made primarily by IUPUI.
30-18 after 3 sets. IUPUI 30 errors to 18 for IPFW. Real quickly, digs 70-55 favor the Jaguars.
That's an amazing stat. Look at the number of digs.
70 digs for the Jaguars in 3 sets.
One of the big reasons. There are 2 reasons why those hitting percentages are so low. One is the number of digs. It's really affected Nicole Howell. She's hit some heavy balls over there, and they've been picked up, especially by the IUPUI libero, Aaron Jones.
Mastodons will serve first. Sonara Martins, the freshman from Brazil, I believe.
Another key stat is IPFW's lead in blocks, 13-6. Although the block has not been a dominant part of the game, we've gotten some key times. IUPUI has not gotten very many, and that has made a little bit of a difference.
Here we go. Tana Smith. And a 4-hit job as Deanna Flum not able to get the ball over the net.
The timing was off. She almost missed the ball entirely. She just got it with her fingertips.
1-0 Mastodons. They'd like to end it in 4. Overplay, and an IPFW makes IUPUI pay for it.
Well, I said errors were the key to game 4, and so far it started out that IUPUI's made a couple, and IPFW's taken advantage of it.
Smith, Krastowski.
Oh, we're in the net on that.
Evidently so.
Grammer's called in the net.
And she doesn't believe it.
Well, the set was very tight and beyond the antenna. There's no reason to block her to be anywhere near the net on that.
Casey Krastowski serving for IUPUI. Nice block. Point goes to the Jaguars. Now Kelly Hartley Hutton not happy with the call.
The call was that the attack did not clear the tape.
We're tied at 2. Howell. Roth sets up Souza. And it's off the hands of libero Aaron Jones and into the stomp band.
One of the things that I've mentioned last week and mentioning it this week is that Souza's approach is so important. And during a timeout in game 3, Coach Hartley Hutton was talking to her about that, to be more aggressive on her approach, to drive so that she can get some power into her attack. Otherwise, she's just basically hitting a free ball over.
Another point for the Mastodons. They're now up 4-2. Peachy Jankowski serving. And she serves it into the net for a service error.
We actually have only had 3 service errors tonight, I believe, and we had 3 aces against it. That's an acceptable percentage. Of course, a lot of it depends on when they come.
Ashley Roth setting up Nicole Howell. Jaguars keep it alive. Krastowski dug out by Martins. Souza at the net, off the fingertips of Krastowski. Point Mastodons.
Somebody lost some tape. Must have been Ashley Roth. Lost some tape on her hand when she set that ball. See the tape fly off. I think Krastowski is going to be a nice player.
She's only a freshman out of Bloomington North High School. Tana Smith called for a double hit. Point IPFW.
Coach Steve Payne did not argue the call. He said just call on both sides.
6-3 our score. Mastodons on top. Jenny Cole, the freshman from Northrop High School, continuing to serve. Tana Smith, Slobosinski, and Michelle Slobosinski with a little looper found the open floor.
I wonder, IPFW has played 4 matches last week. Played Wednesday night, played 3 last weekend. IUPUI, you said, played last night?
They played 2 nights ago at Cincinnati, lost 3-0.
And last weekend, did they play?
They played on Friday and Saturday. They defeated UMKC and lost to Western Illinois as they opened up Mid-Con play. Here, 1-1 in the Mid-Con. 5-11 overall. Roth setting up Howell, and Nicole Howell comes down with a bullet.
Well, the advantage IPFW has, that even though they played that much, it was all at home.
Yes.
So they don't have the fatigue of travel on top of it.
Tana Smith for Michelle Sobocinski. Dug out by Martins. Dink shot by Fabiana Souza. Eight to 5. IPFW with the lead. Sobocinski has to play the setter for Krastowski. Roth setting up Howell. Dug out by Krastowski. Sobocinski. Nice dig that time by Jenny Cole. Free ball coming up for IUPUI. Bailey. Dug out by Jenny Cole. Another free ball coming up for the Jaguars. Smith setting up Sobocinski. Dink shot. Dug out by Martins. Another dink shot. Oh, hit the tape and rolled backwards. Good effort. Point goes to IUPUI. Michelle Sobocinski will serve. And it's a service error.
6-9.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Mark.
I have a feeling not only was that an error, it was not to the correct zone. I think she was supposed to go the other side of the court.
Fabiana Souza with the serve. Mastodons up 9-6. Krastowski blocked by Ashley Roth. And it's point Mastodons.
That's how when you block out on the antenna and this hitter comes in on an angle, you have to take your angle and force the ball back into the court rather than back over the hitter's head. Ashley Roth did a nice job of it there.
Smith for Bailey. And Jackson unable to block it. Point IUPUI. Amanda Feaster coming in for Sonara Martins for IPFW. Again, Amanda from DeKalb High School, 5'10" sophomore. Bailey with the serve. Roth setting up Feaster. And Amanda mistimed it, hits it into the net.
I think there are people in volleyball who say you get a new player come in, you set them right away to get them into the match, and others say no, you let them have a couple of plays just to get into it. Actually, Roth believes in the former.
Service error by the part of IUPUI. And now Ashley Roth will serve. 11-8 our score. IPFW on top. Set number 4. Oh, nice dig that time. Another dig by Jankowski. Roth setting up
that was
Brammer.
a nice set.
And that hits the pole, I believe.
That was a nice set. It's a nice choice, and it was well executed. I'm sorry, Mike.
That's okay. Tana Smith going to serve. Jaguars trail 11-9. A miss hit. Double hit on PFW's part.
Coach Kelly Hutton told me before the match that one thing they're going to work on is communication. That's what you saw break down right there.
Perhaps English and Portuguese.
I don't know what it is in Portuguese, but I think I got it as pretty much universal. International.
Krastowski hits it long, point IPFW. It's now 12-10. Mastodons on top. Martins back in for Feaster. And Sonara will serve. And we talk about Portuguese, Fabiana Souza and Sonara Martins from Brazil. And Fabi was on Kelly's Corner recently and said that they talk to each other sometimes in Portuguese. Great effort by Aaron Jones to try to dig that ball out, but was unsuccessful.
One of the things when you bring in international students is you want them to communicate in English, especially in a team situation where they have to communicate with an entire team. However, naturally, when you're in a situation where a thought comes to your mind, it's going to come into your mind probably in your native language first.
Free ball, Mastodons. And Claire Jackson a little strong. Point, Jaguars. Bree Hewitt back in the game for Krastowski, and she will serve. Again, our score 13-11. IPFW with the lead. They lead the match 2-1. Roth setting up Howell. And a nice tag team block between Brittany Schmitz and Deanna Flum. Schmitz, first time I think I've mentioned her name tonight. She's a 6-foot freshman out of Bloomington North.
Got an overlap. Who was it? One.
I'm
11.
not sure.
Lindsey Brammer.
Tim Joseph talking to Kelly Hartley-Hutton on that one.
I don't know who overlapped. Let's see who's not overlapping here.
In any event, Jaguars serving to tie the set up. But Hewitt is a wee bit long and a wee bit wide.
I wonder if he called Lindsey Brammer for leaving too soon. That's not an easy rotation to overlap in, I don't think. So I don't know what that was.
I'm not sure. Peachy Jankowski to serve now for IPFW. Smith setting up Sobocinski. And it's point Jaguars. Michelle Sobocinski gets her 16th kill of the night. More importantly, it pulls IUPUI to within 1 at 14-13. Aaron Jones, libero, serving. Roth setting up Howell. Nice dig by Sobocinski. Hewitt, free ball coming up, IPFW. Roth for Souza. Effort by Jones, but the ball goes out of bounds into the stomp band section. And the lead goes to 2, 15-13. Technical timeout called, so let's take a break. IPFW leads 15-13. You're watching IPFW Volleyball on College 56 Sports.
You know, she continues to spill product at a rate of 3 per hour. Unit cost, say 60 cents. Factor in breakage, downtime, lost sales. You're looking at $2,400 a month. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
You see a couple of members of the IPFW men's basketball team. That's David Simon, the big 6'10" senior center. As you see Lindsey Brammer going out and Jenny Cole coming in. 15-14 our score. IPFW on top here in set number 4. Jenny Cole to serve. Jones setting up Sobocinski. And Michelle Sobocinski gets the kill. And we're tied at 15.
IPFW needs to stay aggressive with the serve because IUPUI has struggled with passing all night.
Christina McConnell to serve. Roth to Howell. Dug out by Sobocinski. Return pass. Dug out by Jenny Cole. Again, Howell. Nice block by IUPUI. Souza dug out by McConnell. Sobocinski dug out by Souza. Roth setting up Howell. Off the fingertips of Bree Hewitt and out of bounds. Point IPFW.
Late in a match, it's important to win long rallies in the women's game.
Yes, sir. Point IUPUI. We're tied at 16. For those of you just tuning into College 56 Sports, expecting to see a psychology class, that will be joined in progress once the completion of this match takes place. It'll be joining in its entirety. The class will be seen in its entirety following the completion of this match.
There's a fair amount of psychology going on right here.
Souza serving for the Dons. They're up by 1, 17-16. Nice block by Jackson. Smith blocked by Martins. Smith to Bailey, and it hits the net. Goes the side of the Mastodons. Didn't get over. (18-16) our score. IPFW on top, trying to close out the match in 4 sets. Krastowski gets the kill as Ashley Roth's block goes wide.
This is just really strange, Mike. There are a lot of nice individual efforts being made. The teams are playing reasonably well together. A lot of errors being made.
Ball goes off the fingertips of Slovosinski. Kill for Claire Jackson.
It's not an ugly match. I don't know what it is about this match. It's just unusual.
Well, we can't say it's Friday the 13th. Friday, yes. 13th, no.
Had a full moon earlier this week.
Yeah, yes, we did. Ashley Roth serving. Tana Smith. A nice tip by Martins, and IPFW is going to get the point.
Like right there, there just seems to be some lack of system or energy or something.
IUPUI calls timeout, trailing 20-17. Teams around their respective coaches.
Well, maybe Coach Steve Payne can figure it out, because I see a lot of the IUPUI players running into each other, falling over each other. I don't know whether it's mental lapse, physical fatigue, just the errors are getting to them. And I think it's important for IPFW, which has a 3-point lead and a 2-1 game lead, to now try to keep the pressure on and make IUPUI continue to make errors.
And 20-17 is their score. IPFW on top, looking for their 11th win of the season and 4th in a row.
What is that? What instrument is that, Mike? Is that a flute?
Flute, I believe. My kids can't believe that too many years ago, and I mean too many years ago, I used to play the accordion. But that was when I was a wee boy.
You're an old German like me.
You're right. Back to the action. Ashley Roth serving. Smith. Krastowski. Brammer over the net, I believe.
No. On IUPUI in the net.
Wow.
That was the set actually went over the net.
21-17 our score. Tana Smith for Krastowski. And it hits the line. Kill for Casey Krastowski. That is her 20th or 21st kill tonight.
She just goes up there and keeps swinging, doesn't she? She's leading everybody in kills tonight. And she always swings hard.
Smith with the serve. Roth setting up Martins. Point Dons off the fingertips of Krastowski.
Actually, I think that one came right through her arms.
Sonara Martin serving. Smith for Krastowski. Dug out by Fabiana Souza. Roth setting up Nicole Howell. Good dig by Smith. Krastowski dug out by Martins. Krastowski again tipped out. Nicole Howell. Nice dig by Aaron Jones, but you can't keep it in play. Point IPFW. And now the lead is up to 5, 23-18. Martins continuing to serve. Oh, nice little touch shot by Deanna Flum.
That set was tight again. I think what we're seeing out of Tana Smith is she's setting the ball too tight to the net. And that's causing her hitters some problems, but Flum did a nice job recovering on that one.
Service ace for Bree Hewitt as the Dons cannot handle the serve. And it's now 23-20. Jaguars hanging in there. Roth setting up Souza.
See how weak that was? She didn't have an approach.
Free ball for the Dons. Brammer off Sobosinski's fingers, dug out. Oh, nice kill that time by Flum.
I think we're going to have a timeout. IPFW needs one.
Timeout called by the Mastodons if they've seen their lead shrivel to just 2 points, 23-21. Want to remind you to tune in to College 56 this coming Sunday, October the 3rd at 7:30 for the replay of tonight's match. Again, Sunday, October 3rd, 7:30 p.m. for a replay of tonight's match with IUPUI. And Mark, you and I will be back live a week from tomorrow night, I believe.
Yeah, next Saturday.
And the next 2 Saturdays, not tomorrow, but the next 2 Saturdays we'll be back with more IPFW action. we talk about the scheduling too, Mark. IPFW played the tournament, the Invitational at home last week. IUPUI played UMKC and Western Illinois at home, went to Cincinnati. They're here tonight, and they go back home to Chicago State tomorrow night. The latest Mastodon scores and stats are available on the World Wide Web at www.ipfw.edu athletics. You can check up on teams, players, and programs anytime you like at the official Mastodon Athletics website. As it's a service error on IUPUI.
Give Coach Hutton a point on that one. You did that web
real
address.
quick, I'll do it a little slower in a second here after the Peachy Jankowski serve.
I was actually impressed. I don't think I could talk that fast.
Tana Smith. Oh, nice dig by Roth at the net. Another dig by Ashley Roth. Souza dug out by Aaron Jones. Smith for Sobocinski off the fingertips of Souza. Dug out by Nicole Howell. Return pass, and the block is wide. Point Mastodons. Howell gets credit for the kill. Again, that Mastodon website is www.ipfw.edu/athletics. And Rudy Jovich does a great job as our sports information director keeping those stats updated. Jankowski serving. Sobocinski, nice block by Brammer. Jaguars able to keep it alive, however. Roth for Souza. Nice block at the net by IUPUI. Another dig for Aaron Jones. And this time IUPUI gets the point on a flum kill.
I like watching Aaron Jones play. I was focused on her that last rally. And just seeing her face, she gets in position and says, give me the ball. Hit it at me.
She's a 5'9" junior from Seymour, Indiana. Played for the Seymour Owls. Commits a service error, however.
It always happens that way. I compliment a player.
Jenny Cole on the lineup for Lindsey Brammer, and she will serve. Mastodons 4 points away from a match victory. They lead this set, 26-22. Tana Smith. Nice block by Souza. Jaguars keep it alive. Sobocinski off Martin's fingertips. Point IUPUI. Christina McConnell to serve. Jaguars to within 3 at 26-23. They're not saying die at all. Ashley Roth going to set up Souza. Nice dig by McConnell. And what we have.
Sobocinski in the net.
Point IPFW. And now IUPUI spends their second and final timeout of this fourth set. Again, you see Steve Payne huddling with his Jaguars. Again, a program reminder, 2 program reminders. The replay of this match will be seen Sunday night, October the 3rd at 7:30 p.m. Sunday night, October the 3rd at 7:30 p.m. And upon completion of this match, those of you looking for your psychology class will see it in its entirety here on Channel 56. I took a psychology class about 17, 18 years ago.
I actually watched that psychology class for about 15 minutes the other day, and she was talking about medical diseases or something. I didn't know anything about it.
You think Arnie's ever taken a psychology class?
I'll just talk about something else.
Oh, here we go. Nicole Howe serving. Tana Smith setting up Sobocinski. Dug out by Jenny Cole. Roth for Souza. Point Dons. Jones couldn't get to it. And now it's 28-23. Dons 2 points away.
Nicole Howell's been an aggressive server for us all year. Let's see if she comes out this one. Took something off of it.
Tana Smith for Sobocinski. Blocked by Ashley Roth. Smith, the reverse, dug out by Jankowski. Free ball coming up for the Jaguars. Dons get it back over. Bailey, dug out by Jenny Cole. Souza, inside point, Dons, and we're at match point. Great defensive work on the part of the Dons, and Fabiana Souza came down with the kill. Match point, Mastodons. Howell serving. Tana Smith for Sobocinski. Blocked. Jones digs it out. Smith again for Sobocinski. Dink shot. Souza gets it. At the net. Dons get it. Ashley Rock with the kill. Set to IPFW. Match to IPFW. They win this match tonight in 4 sets. They win set number 4, 30-23. They win the match 30-23, 29-31, 30-23, 30-23. They improve to 11-5 overall. IUPUI drops to 5-12. And Mark, a monkey's off the back now. IPFW has finally defeated IUPUI as a Division I member.
And then we can go on, right?
And then we go on.
We have a lot of freshmen. They didn't know this was a psychological match for us, so now we go on.
Real briefly, IPFW tonight, Fabiana Souza with 22 kills. Nicole Howe with 14. Lindsey Brammer with 9. Sonara Martins with 7. Claire Jackson with 6. Peachy Jankowski and Sonara Martins, 14 digs apiece. Fabiana Souza had 17 digs, as the Dons had 74 digs. IUPUI, give them credit, they had 78 digs, and they were led by the freshman Casey Krastowski with 21 kills. Michelle Sobocinski with 19. And Sobocinski also had 25 digs. Aaron Jones, the libero, had 19 digs.
IPFW actually outdug IUPUI in Game 4. That's the first game of the match that they did that.
They sure did. In fact, 8 digs for IUPUI in that 4th set, and IPFW had 19. Wow, 19 digs. Briefly up ahead for IPFW, they will go to Eastern Michigan University next Tuesday, take on the Eagles of the Mid-American Conference. They're back at home here Wednesday night for a match with Bowling Green State, 7 o'clock. And then next Saturday, live, Marshall University comes to town. That's our next broadcast. Again, October the 9th against Marshall, a 7 o'clock match. And the following week, the 16th, Saturday the 16th at 7 o'clock, the Oakland Grizzlies come to town from the Mid-Con, and that's one Dave Schmidlin, former IPFW men's assistant, now women's varsity coach, and handling those chores. Final comments, Mark Franke.
We kept our mental intensity at a reasonably good level throughout the entire match, and even if the letdown in Game 2, we did not have the same letdown in either Games 3 or 4, and I think that's very important. The coaching staff needs to continue to build on that with these younger players in particular.
Well, we will see you again a week from tomorrow night. At this time, we'd like to thank the College 56 production crew, the IPFW athletic staff, the City of Fort Wayne, Comcast Cablevision, the IPFW Learning Resource Center, and especially the IPFW Office of University Relations and Communications for their contributions to this College 56 Sports telecast. This telecast of IPFW Sports is copyrighted and the sole property of the College Cable Access Center and IPFW. Unauthorized duplication, exhibition, rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this event without expressed written consent is strictly prohibited. We hope you've enjoyed this telecast of IPFW Sports and the outcome tonight, and we thank you again for joining us this evening. For Mark Franke and for our sponsor, Ryan Steakhouse on North Clinton Street, this is Mike Moss saying so long for now. Once again, IPFW wins their 11th match of the season by scores of 30-23, 29-31, 30-23, and 30-23. Until either Sunday night for the replay or a week from tomorrow night, Saturday night, the 9th of October, when Marshall comes to town, we wish you a pleasant good evening from the Hilliard Gate Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW.